Hi guys. Okay, we are going to start into Unit 3 now. Unit 3 is about lines, a lot with lines. So there's going to be a lot of Algebra 1 that comes into play here. So if you struggled with linear equations in Algebra 1, you'll really want to refresh yourself on those concepts, okay? Good way to refresh is to go to Khan Academy and search linear equations and whatnot to figure all that out. Parallel lines, two lines that never intersect and are coplanar. So if we have two lines that are parallel, they will have this arrow in them to show that they are parallel. Also, the slope of parallel lines is the same, so the slopes are congruent. Skew lines are two lines that will never intersect. They are not coplanar. So they're on different planes and they will never touch. So if you think about this plane on this side of me and this plane on this side of me, one line may go up and down right here, okay? And another line may go across right here, and those lines will never intersect ever, and those are considered skew lines. Never intersect, and not on the same plane. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect to create a 90-degree angle. A lot of times you'll see that 90-degree angle there to show that they are right angles. Slopes of perpendicular lines are opposite and reciprocals. Meaning, like if one line had a slope of 1/3, the opposite of a positive 1/3 is a negative, and the reciprocal is where you flip the fraction, so it'd be 3/1 or just -3. So one is negative, one is positive, and then you flip them. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines. So I may have a line here and I may have a line here. My transversal will be the line that goes through those two lines. Should have used a much different color. Okay? We're going to be talking a lot with transversals. So, corresponding angles are angles. So we have a line and we have another line, we have our transversal, right? So if I'm talking about this angle right here, okay, what I like to do is I like to think of these four angles that are made up here and compare them to these four angles that are made down here. This angle is in the upper right-hand corner of those four angles. So it corresponds to this angle right here. This angle is the bottom left-hand corner, so it corresponds to the bottom left-hand corner of that guy. And again, these are called corresponding angles. Upper left-hand corner is here, so it corresponds to the upper left-hand corner here. And then the one that's blank corresponds to this one, okay? Alternate interior. Alternate means opposite. Interior means inside. So when we're talking about interior, we're talking about in between the two lines. And then alternate is opposite. So this guy and this guy would be alternate interior angles. And then we have another set. This guy and this guy are alternate interior angles. Okay? Consecutive interior angles. So consecutive interior. So again, we're on the inside because, oh crap. Guys, I just messed up. This is alternate interior. I just drew it on the wrong one. So we're going to make this alternate exterior. We're going to go back up to alternate exterior. So alternate means outside or opposite, but exterior means on the outside. So here we have exterior. So if we're talking about alternate, we're talking about the right-hand side on that one. That would mean the left-hand side on this bottom one. Or maybe I'm talking about this guy with this guy, alternate and on the outside. Now consecutive interior. Interior means inside the two lines. Consecutive means in a row. So that would be this guy with this guy, or this guy with this guy, consecutive, in a row. Parallel postulate. So postulate 13, all postulate 13 says is that if there is a line and a point on the line, then there is exactly one line through the point parallel to the given line. So if I have a line, and if I have another point, there's only one line that I could draw through that point that would be parallel to the green line that I had. That's what that postulate's saying. Perpendicular postulate is similar to that, but it's saying, okay, I have a line and a point not on the line. There's only one line that I could go, or that I could have, that would go through that point and is perpendicular or 90-degree angle to that line. A lot of definitions here. Next. Think of each segment in the diagram as part of a line. Complete the segment with parallel or perpendicular. Is neither an option? Oh, parallel skew. Skew was the other option. Or perpendicular. So W to Z and Z to R. Well, they hit at a 90-degree angle, so those are perpendicular. Try the next 4 on your own. So pause me, try them, unpause me when you're done. W to Z and S to T. Those two will never cross, but they also have the same slope because they are both looking like this. So those would be parallel. Q to T and Y to S. Q to T, Y to S. They're not hitting a 90-degree angle. They're not parallel, and they're on opposite, or not opposite, they're on different planes, and they're never going to touch, though that would make them skew. Plane WZR, WZR is this front plane, and plane SYZ. SYZ is the side plane. So the front plane and the side plane hit at a 90-degree angle, so they are perpendicular. Plane R to Q to T, R to Q to T, so that's the bottom, and Y to X to W, so the top. Top and bottom would be parallel. They will never touch, but they have the same slope. Think of each segment in the diagram as part of a line. Which lines or planes appear to fit the description? We need all the lines that are parallel to EH. So I'm going to pause, and I want you to pause, and I want you to try to fill all this out. Okay, lines parallel to EH. EH is down here. So AB would be CD and FG. Lines perpendicular to EH, so they would have to go straight up and down from EH. Oh, I missed some. FE, GH, EA, and HB. And you can have the order flipped on these guys. Lines skewed to CD, so we'll never touch, not on the same plane, and not parallel or perpendicular. So that'd be HB down here, EA over here, FE over here, and GH over here. Planes perpendicular to AEH, so the bottom, perpendicular to AEH. So that'd be FEH, this side, ADC, this side, but also the front and back. So FEA is, and in the back as GHB. So all 4 of those are. Classify the angles as corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, or consecutive interior angles. So what I want you to do is I actually want you to pause me, and I want you to use information from the front in the pictures and try to figure this out. Unpause me when you're done. So 1 and 9, so I'm going to cover this side up, so I'm only looking at 1 and 9. So upper left, so those are corresponding. 8 and 13, so I'm going to cover these up because I don't need those. 8 and 13 are both on the inside, and they're on the same side. So that would be consecutive interior, inside. 6 and 16, cover this up because I need this one and this one. Outside, outside, right side, left side, so alternate exterior. 4 and 10, cover this up. Inside, inside, left, right, so that would be alternate interior. 8 and 16, so I don't need these two. 8 and 16, bottom left, so that's corresponding. 10 and 13, I don't need the top. Inside, inside, same side, so that's consecutive interior. All right, last page of notes. Name a pair of parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines are going to have the little symbol in them. So this has a symbol and this has a symbol to show me that they are parallel. So that is line PL is parallel. That's how I show parallel as the shortcut in math to QS. Could also call that QR. Name a pair of perpendicular lines. So here's my 90-degree angle. That goes from VN is perpendicular to this line right here. So TR. Is OL parallel to TR? Here's OL, and here is TR. No, they intersect. Parallel lines will never intersect. So I can write they intersect. Is OL perpendicular to TR? OL, TR, no. Because it would have to have the 90-degree angle mark. So there's no 90-degree angle mark there. Always, sometimes, or never. If two lines are parallel, then they never intersect. If one line is skewed to another, then they are never coplanar. Remember, skew lines are never on the same plane. They are never coplanar. If two lines intersect, they are not always perpendicular, but they could be, so it's sometimes. If two lines are coplanar, then they are sometimes parallel. So they can be on the same plane. They don't always have to be parallel, but they could be parallel. Pause me, try 24, 25, 26, and 27 drawing those pictures. So 24 says a line through M parallel to NP. So I need it to be parallel to this, but go through M. So it's going to look something like this. And then I'm going to put the marking on to show that they are parallel. A line through N, so here, perpendicular to MP. So I want to go straight down and hit it at a 90-degree angle. There we go. A line through M, perpendicular to MP. So we want it to be perpendicular to that guy. Draw my 90-degree angle. And then the last one is a line through P that's parallel to MP. I'm going to go through here, and I do that. And parallel, so I have to show the markings. Okay, guys, you are going to have two homework assignments now. The first is a Schoology. Both of them are really Schoology assignments. The first is just a pure Schoology assignment. The second one, you need to go to this supplemental packet and go to the first page. You are going to complete certain problems on this first page and on the second page. And then you're going to enter your answers into Schoology, okay? I need for you to do questions 1 through 8 on the front. And then on the back, I need for you to do questions 15 through 20. So 1 through 8 and 15 through 20. And then that is all that you need to complete out of this packet so far. Okay? Thanks, guys.